Good morning, Enid. It's good to see you again at 7:30 on this Thursday, October 25th. Kind of a rainy, drizzly morning. We're glad that you're with us. Currently under cloudy skies, and again with the sprinkles that we're having in the area, we're at 50 degrees. It's not going to change much. The warmest it will be today, we're predicting, is around 54 degrees. This is Good Morning Enid. We're live streaming this show around the globe, so we want to say hi to all of our friends that have been with us here in Enid or Advanced Air Force Base around the globe. We want to say good morning to you. And we're also coming to you live and in high definition here on cable on channel 12 and 112. This is Good Morning Enid. It is time to rise and shine.
Good morning, Enid. Thank you so much for joining us today. As Steve mentioned a little bit earlier, it is pretty chilly and rainy out today, but let's take a look at that bus stop forecast. Looks like it's going to get up to a high of 54 later on today and a low tonight of 47. Currently around 50 with cloudy skies, and I think it's sprinkling out. If I do remember walking in, it was sprinkling. Not sure if it's going to continue, but it looks like, chance of morning showers, so keep a watch out. Probably bring a rain jacket to the bus, but yeah, rather chilly fall day.
I like it. Beats 112.
Yes,
that's for sure.
Definitely.
Well, it's 7:31, and we want to take a look at the 3-day forecast. We've got college football. We have fall festivals. We have all kinds of things going on in the state. And so as you can look right there, it's going to be in the 70s. Saturday and Sundays look really nice. Friday's supposed to be sunny as well. So we had 3 days of gorgeous fall weather. Anytime it gets down to the 40s and 50s, you kind of open the window up a little bit, get a little cool air in. That's really nice. So it's good to see all those sunny suns on the 3-day forecast. Well, it's 7:32, and our very special guest and a friend of the Enid Television Network with Pastor Mark McAdow. Pastor, it's good to see you again, and you're the senior pastor or the pastor at Willow Methodist Church. So we need you to help us with weather. So you're not here just to talk about the church or anything else, but
all right.
We've got on this day in history, Mark. So if you want to help us out and tell us, back in 1939, what was the weather like? Do you remember?
Steve, I don't remember, but apparently it was about 91 degrees for the high, I guess, and the low would be 29 in 1917. So
now, doesn't that look like typical Oklahoma?
Yes, absolutely.
Here in October, it can be anywhere from 91 to 29 degrees.
Amazing.
That's the Oklahoma that I know.
True.
Okay. Well, welcome. We'll be talking to Pastor Mark here in just a little bit about Fall Festival and some things that Willow Methodist Church is involved in. So we're glad that you're here.
Thank you, Steve. Good to be here, Erin.
Okay.
Good to be with you, too.
Okay. Well, we're always looking for our next meal. And Erin's going to help us out with the school menu.
Yes, I am. Let's see what we're eating today. Looks like we're eating Frito chili pie, zucchini slices, steamed corn, oatmeal raisin cookies, apple slices, and milk. And tomorrow we're having cheeseburgers, pork and beans, fresh carrots, pickle slices, diced peaches, and milk. So, what day are you thinking, Steve?
I think today, because I'm kind of partial to the oatmeal. If I could move the oatmeal raisin cookies over to Friday, it'd be perfect.
It'd be good.
And remove the pork and beans kind of deal. So anyway, that's the school menu. So keep that in mind. Okay, we always turn to one person to find out the news and sports overnight, and that's Derrick Silas. He's the bow tie guy. And at 7:34 this morning, we have the Oklahoma Minute.
88-year-old former Supreme Court Justice Sandra Day O'Connor has announced she has been diagnosed with early stages of dementia. And a ticket bought in South Carolina won the Mega Millions lottery Tuesday with a prize worth $1.5 billion. Police and federal agents are investigating a rash of explosive devices received in a package addressed to Democratic politicians. And the fourth Saturday in October is celebrated as National Make a Difference Day. You can partake in this event by doing what you can to make a difference and use hashtag #MakeADifferenceDay to post on social media. In sports, the World Series began this week. The Red Sox are in the lead 2-0 over the Dodgers. Game 3 will be tomorrow. Tonight, Oklahoma City Thunder will play the Boston Celtics at 7 p.m. in Oklahoma City, and it will air on Fox Sports Oklahoma. Saturday, the University of Oklahoma will go up against Kansas State in Norman at 2:30 p.m. It will air on Fox. Tulsa University will play Tulane at 6 p.m., and it will air on ESPN University. It's homecoming at Oklahoma State. They will go up against Texas at 7 p.m. And on this day in history in 1980, the rock band AC/DC earns the first top 40 hit with You Shook Me All Night Long. And that's the Oklahoma Minute.
Wow, 1980. That's the year my daughter was born. So does that make me old?
Yes, Steve, it
Oh,
does.
it is. Oh, man. 1980. I remember it well. So, oh, wow. Thank you, Derrick. 7:36. We're working our way to a high of 54 degrees. Kind of cloudy, rainy fall day today. If you have photos of fall festivals, I know a lot of little kids, the little grandkids are getting their pictures taken with pumpkins and stuff like that. You can send those pictures, and we'll put them on the air for you at gme@enid.org. Send email that picture to gme@enid.org. There we go. There's our cows. And we have a picture of, the city of Enid is involved in raising money for the United Way. And Pastor McAdow mentioned that the church, Willow Methodist, has a chili team to raise money, if you will, in the chili cook-off. Erin, you were part of this cornhole professional competition yesterday. Give us a 30-second or less recap of that.
All right, well, if you ever play cornhole, you just throw a bag into a hole, or, well, onto a board, or into the hole if you try to win. And unfortunately, I only got second place with my partner, Emily, who was in the picture earlier on the screen. But it was really fun, definitely a great event for supporting United Way.
Yeah, way to raise money for
Yeah.
United Way. So, all right. It's 7:37, and to find out some of the events that are taking place, we always turn to Erin because she's our entertainment reporter, if you will. So here we go with what's happening.
Yes, I have 3 really great events that are happening this weekend. Starting us off is the Chili Cook-Off, which Pastor McAdow is actually going to be a part of. You have a team, don't you?
We do. We're looking forward to win. You should come and eat some good Methodist chili.
Yes, so that's on Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's $7 for all-you-can-eat chili, so definitely, if you want something good for lunch, this is your place to go to. It is at CNBC Center. There's over 52 contestants that are going to be there, so if you want to try all 52 chilies, I would not eat starting right now. But it is benefiting United Way as well. I think there is a bunch of different kinds of choices. There's Judge's Choice, People's Choice, Best Decorated, and Top Dollar. And if you order early enough, they will bring your tickets to you. So if you order online, you can get your tickets brought to your door, or you can buy your tickets at the door. So $7, all-you-can-eat chili on Friday. Definitely go to this. And then we also have a Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is starting this Friday at midnight, or they're also doing a showing at Halloween at 9 p.m. It's at the Gaslight Theater for $20. It's a cult classic, and the first time they've ever done it here in Enid. It is a shadow cast with the original movie playing in the background, so they're going to be acting out the movie as it is going on. So if you're interested in this cult classic, definitely check this out. And finally, we have the Fall Fest Craft Fair this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at The Breeze. Just if you're looking for any kind of crafts or a different kind of artwork, this is definitely your place to go. And that's what's happening.
Very good. It's 7:39 on this Thursday, October 25th. A week from today will be November 1, and this calendar continues to move along. Well, it's one of my favorite times of year because it's football, it's fall, the colors and things of this nature. We have a little video that we want to show you regarding fall foliage, if you will. And then we're going to talk to Pastor Mark McAdow about a fall festival. Please stay with us. We'll be right back. Now, if that's not therapeutic, I don't know what is, right? Nice fall, whatever. It's 7:40. Thank you for joining us on this, again, on this Thursday, 25th of October. Pastor Mark McAdow is our special guest from Willowview United Methodist Church. Pastor Mark, kind of just tell us about your church. Well, first off, again, thanks for being here, and tell us about your church, where it's at, what's going on, and that kind of thing.
All right. Well, thank you, Steve. Again, thanks for the opportunity to be with you this morning. I've just been at Willowview for about 16 months, so I'm still relatively new to the Enid community, but our church began back in 1902 downtown as an Evangelical United Brethren church. And then in 1968, they united with a Methodist church. So the Evangelical United Brethren and the Methodists joined together 68 to become the United Methodist Church. And since First United Methodist Church was downtown here in Enid, and the EUB Church was so closely related to it, they decided to change their name to Central United Methodist Church, and then ultimately moved out to our present location on North Purdue, if you will, West Purdue, in 1985. So we've been there since 1985. We're at 3525 West Purdue, and that's 2 blocks east of Oakwood on Purdue.
Okay.
So I like to say Willowview on Purdue.
So tell us a little bit about your congregation. I'm sure you have youth programs, things of this nature. What goes on?
Yeah. Well, we've really got a very vibrant congregation, a growing church situation, lots of young families and children, as well as more mature members. And we have 2 services on Sunday. We have what we call the blend at 9 o'clock, which is kind of a blended traditional contemporary service, if you will. We have Sunday school for all ages, 10 o'clock. And then 11 o'clock, we have the Oasis service, and that's where we have a live band, which is more contemporary in terms of our worship experience. So we have a lot of things going on. Wednesday nights, we have programming for all of our children. We also have adult Bible studies. We're currently studying the book of Ephesians in the New Testament, and so that's been a fascinating study for us. And there are things that we're doing for our youth on Sunday nights as well as Wednesday nights, too.
Very good.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you for filling this in.
Yeah. Thank you. And there's a lot of buzz. I try to keep up on a lot of the events because I try to tell our viewers about them, but there's a lot of buzz about this fall festival that you guys are hosting on October 31st. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, thanks, Erin. Yeah, this is something we've done for the last several years. It's really a community outreach event as an alternative to Halloween, if you will, so that people can have a safe and fun place to come. The last few years, we've had actually over 1,000 people that come out to this event. So it's really become very well known in the community and something that we'd love to have everyone come out and join us this year if you can.
Pastor McAdow, I have one real quick and simple question. Is there a cost to attend, or do I bring everybody in the world in my family, or how does this work? How does this work?
Steve, you can bring everybody in the world in your family. No, there's no cost for the event. We just do this as a gift to the community. We're really blessed. We have a lot of people in our church who love to give and donate, and so they've been bringing in bags of candy for weeks and weeks. So there's plenty of candy, I tell you that. Any leftovers, of course, goes to the pastor's office. But it's going to be a great event.
Any Reese's there?
Those will be in the pastor's office.
Okay. All right. Well, we were going to attend, but I think we're busy that night.
No. It is a fun event. We have all kinds of games that the kids can participate in, and they'll win tickets for that they can turn in for prizes, and then there's also some large inflatables that'll be there for the kids to play on, and it's just a fun night, just a great night.
Yeah. Steve kind of already asked my question since he wanted his whole family to attend, but can everyone attend, or is it just for church members?
No, everybody is welcome. Yeah, we'd love to have everybody who can come. It's really a fun night and just a blessing for all of us to get to meet more people and get to share our church a little bit.
Our special guest this morning on Good Morning Enid is Pastor of Willowview United Methodist Church, Mark McAdow. And Mark, I was in research for our visit this morning. I noticed there is a flyer that you had, and it said there's a Kindle Fire Kids giveaway.
Yes, that's true.
Explain that.
Well, it's just a Kindle Fire that everyone knows about, I'm sure. And what we do is we just do a drawing. You don't even have to be present to win. We just ask you to fill out a little slip or whatever, and then we do a drawing later that night and just give away free Kindle Fire. Yeah.
Simple enough.
Yes.
And with all this rain that's been going on, is this event indoors or outdoors?
Well, that's a good question. It's primarily an indoor event in our Family Life Center, but we are anticipating having some inflatables outside this year, depending on the weather forecast. I understand now it looks like it may be a stormy night, so that may not happen. But there'll be plenty of opportunities, and if we can be outside, we will, but primarily we'll be inside.
And the night that Pastor McAdow is referring to is next Wednesday night, Halloween, October 31st, the Fall Festival at Willow United Methodist Church. Mark, tell us the time frame on this, so I'll know to come early and stay late.
Yeah, come early, yeah. No, we'll be opening the church at 6 o'clock, really not too much before that because we do have the setup that we're involved in, and then we'll conclude about 8 o'clock. So anytime between 6 and 8, people are welcome to come. Of course, we would appreciate people not dressing their kids up in scary types of costumes if we could. We just want it to be a fun event for everybody.
And you saw the information that was on the screen, so tell everybody about those times and dates and so forth.
Yes.
Yes, and you've been doing this for a couple of years, you said earlier. Is there a purpose that you do it every year?
You know, I think it is an alternative to Halloween, so that people who want to do something positive and safe and fun will have a place to come, and it's really just as a gift to the community of Enid, because we just love the opportunity of being here and serving in whatever ways we can, and that's just a fun way for us to be involved.
And it's called the Fall Festival at Willow United Methodist Church on West Purdue.
Yes.
But it's east. What was your statement again?
Oh, well, it's 2 blocks east of Oakwood on Purdue,
Okay.
on West
Very
Purdue.
good. All right, we'll have more with Pastor Mark McAdow in just a few moments, but the show must go on.
Yes, it must. And if you missed it earlier, we have one guy who knows all news, weather, and sports, and that is Derrick Silas, the bow tie guy with the Oklahoma Minute.
Why, thank you, Erin. 88-year-old former Supreme Justice Sandra Day O'Connor has announced she has been diagnosed with early stages of dementia. And a ticket bought in South Carolina won the Mega Millions lottery Tuesday with a prize worth $1.5 billion. Police and federal agents are investigating a rash of explosive devices received in a package addressed to Democratic politicians. And the 4th Saturday in October is celebrated as National Make a Difference Day. This Saturday, millions of people have committed to help improve the lives of others. You can partake in the event by using hashtag #MakeADifferenceDay to post on social media. The World Series began this week. The Red Sox are in the lead 2-0 over the Dodgers. Game 3 will be tomorrow. Tonight, Oklahoma City Thunder will play the Boston Celtics at 7 p.m. and it will air on Fox Sports Oklahoma. Saturday, get ready for sports, college sports. The University of Oklahoma will play Kansas State in Norman at 2:30 p.m. Tulsa University will play Tulane at 6 p.m. And Oklahoma State will have their homecoming, and they will go up against Texas at 7 p.m. And on this day in history, in 1980, the rock band AC/DC earned their first top 40 hit with You Shook Me All Night Long. That's the Oklahoma Minute. Now, here's Kevin Boryczki for upcoming events at the Central National Bank Center.
Welcome back inside the Central National Bank Center. I'm the General Manager, Kevin Boryczki, and a lot coming up here at the CNB Center. And it all starts next Saturday, Costumes and Cocktails. That'll be October 27th. What it is, well, Halloween's usually a holiday for kids. We're going to turn it into a holiday for adults that night. It's an adult costume party where you can get dressed up. There'll be live music from the band Hook. There'll be appetizers as part of your ticket, a cash bar. Tickets are only $25. $5 from each ticket will go to Proceed Noon Ambucks. So a really cool event. We did it last year, went over really well, doing it again this year, so second annual. You want to check that out. That's October 27th. Then what a busy month of November we have, and it all starts on November 8th with the Answer All In Tour featuring Matthew West and Jeremy Camp. 2 great Christian artists. Going to be a great night of music, worship, and praise. And the tickets start right around $20, and if you're a group of 10 or more, you can get them for even cheaper. So what a cool night out, especially for a church youth group or really any kind of group that wants to come out and enjoy a great night of music. And then right after Thanksgiving, we have Paw Patrol for 3 shows, 2 days, November 27th and 28th. On the 27th, it's a 6 p.m. show. The 28th is a 10 a.m. and a 6 p.m. Tickets for that start right around $20 too. So really affordable entertainment here at the Central National Bank Center. Paw Patrol, one of the hottest shows on TV right now for kids, and the live version will be here on November 27th and 28th. We're not done that last week in November yet, though, either. Gary Allen coming to the stage right here at the CNB Center. That's on November 30th. Tickets for that start at $39, and they are going hot. We're already sold out of the top price level, but there are still the other 3 price levels available, so check that out. Going to be a great show, and that's a Friday night, so awesome to have Gary Allen here on Friday, November 30th. And then in December, we have our Christmas show, Larry Gatlin and the Gatlin Brothers, Country and Christmas, and that's going to be here on December 5th. We're doing a dinner beforehand, too, so you can do dinner and a show, and a great way to kick off the holiday season with Larry Gatlin and the Gatlin Brothers on December 5th. So as you can see, a ton going on here at the Central National Bank Center, and we haven't even started talking about 2019 yet, which how crazy is it? It's only like 2.5 months away. How time flies. For tickets, cnbcenter.com, 855-TIX-ENID, or just stop down and see us, 2nd floor of Convention Hall at the Central National Bank Center. A lot going on here. Back to you now in the studio, Steve.
Kevin, thank you very much. Great job as usual. And good morning, Enid, at 7:51 on this Thursday, the 25th of October. As you're planning your wardrobe for the day, it's going to be kind of a misty, rainy, cloudy, cool day with a high around 54. So it's really not going to get much warmer. It's holding steady around 51 right now. Low tonight will be around 47. So typical October weather. And speaking of October, we always think about high school football, collegiate football. So let's see what is on tap for Friday night lights. And it'll be senior night as the Plainsmen have a home game. The Yukon Millers will come to Enid on Friday, again for senior night. And I'm looking through there in my hometown of Perry. Oklahoma Christian goes and travels over to Perry for a district game. So you can see all the Friday night lights on the games. Pastor Mark, you see any games of interest to you? I know you're a Golden Hurricane TU fan, but this is high school.
Am.
Is there any one of those you're going to go to, or?
Well, I don't think I'll be able to be at one, but the Chisholm one is always interesting to us because we're really involved with the Chisholm school system where we are.
Well, that's the Friday night lights. Okay, let's see if Erin can help us out with the 3-day weather forecast, because I know people are probably kind of tired of the clouds.
Yes, and it is actually going to be a lovely weekend. It is going to be partly cloudy on Friday and sunny the rest of the weekend with highs in the 70s and 60s. So it is going to be absolutely beautiful. If you're planning on doing outdoor events, this is definitely a weekend to do it.
Okay, let's take a look at the radar if we could here at 7:53. Again, if you're planning on driving across the state, go north, east, whichever direction, you'll kind of see where the rain is located at. Thank you for putting the radar up there. So anyway, across the state is what they're predicting, kind of a cloudy, drizzly, rainy day. Pastor Mark, I know that you were involved, your church was involved in, I think the term was stamp out hunger.
Stamp out starvation, yes, absolutely.
Tell us about Stamp Out Starvation. You did several thousand meals in this assembly line project. Tell us about that.
Yeah. Well, last month we had a Sunday to serve, and we did several different activities during that time, but the main one was to package meals for people all over the world through this ministry, Stamp Out Starvation, which happens to be headquartered in Cherokee, Oklahoma, with a gentleman named Monty Stewart. And what we do is we set up an assembly line, and we have children, very young children to older adults, and they package these meals, put in the rice and all the proteins and different things that we can package in kind of Ziploc bag type meal, and then we package those and send them on. And on one Sunday morning, Steve, we were able to do 31,644 meals. And so it was just an amazing event just to watch happen. Now, it's happening quick, putting all these ingredients in the bags and everything, and it's quite an operation.
31,000.
Yes, yes, and very proud of the church family to be able to do that and continue to serve in that way.
And you're not stop helping out there. You guys, I heard you were going to Puerto Rico in July for hurricane relief.
Yes, we are.
Could you tell us a little bit about that and who can join you, if anyone can join you?
Yeah. Well, thanks, Erin. Yes, we are going to Puerto Rico, and this is a mission trip designed primarily, if you will, for our high school students, to give them an opportunity to be out of the country and to serve in a new capacity that they haven't been able to do before. So we have adults going with our high school youth, but anyone who's interested could certainly call the church and let us know of your interest. We would need to know in the next probably 2 months, because we'll be making travel plans, but we'd love to visit with anyone who might have an interest in going and serving. It'll be a week-long trip, and again, we'll be doing probably home repairs and things like that for hurricane relief.
And there's nothing like the experience of going on a mission trip, if you will.
Yeah, it is. It's powerful.
It's 7:55, and if you're able to stay with us at 8 o'clock, the bow tie guy, Derrick Silas, had the opportunity to visit with Sean Mathis about the Trunk or Treat event that's coming up at Oakwood Bowl. That interview will air at 8 o'clock this morning, so keep that in mind.
And then one of my favorite parts of the show is Charlotte with our puppy that she is showing us, and his name is Jinx, so take it away, Charlotte.
Hi, good morning. Today we have Jinx. Jinx is in Penn 29. He is a 2-year-old male pit bull pointer mix. He is dog friendly. He's really sweet and loving and looking for a new home. So if you'd like to meet Jinx, stop by the shelter today.
Kind of looks like Jinx has an appetite. Kind of reminded me of the RCA dog.
Yes,
Remember the old RCA
yes.
dog? Erin, you remember the RCA dog? No, I know you
No.
don't. That was one of their logos, and all their records was a white dog just like that, kind of had a little black spot and stuff like that. That was some time ago. So thank you for joining us. Good morning, Enid. It's 7:56, and I think I need to be quiet because I think Erin's got another
I think
question
I have
for you.
one last question for you.
All right.
All right. So I heard that you, during a recent prayer session, you stopped and prayed the Lord's Prayer every single day at noon. What was the end result?
Yeah, well, it was quite interesting. I've been doing a series on prayer on Sunday mornings, and so one week I just suggested to our folks at the end, I said, why don't we experiment by just praying the Lord's Prayer, probably the most well-known prayer in the entire world, every day at noon for the week. And so I said, set your watch alarm, set your phone. If you're home, set an alarm there so that at noon you'll know to stop and pray. The interesting thing about the Lord's Prayer, you can pray it in about 21 seconds. And so it was very interesting because I was at the Rotary Club here in Enid on that Monday after the Sunday announcement, and they invited me to pray. And so as I went up to the platform to pray there, I said, well, you know, I've asked my people to pray the Lord's Prayer. It was actually right after the week of kind of contentious Kavanaugh hearings and a lot of angst for a lot of people. And so I said, you know, as a sign of unity, solidarity, if we will, as Christian people, maybe we could pray the Lord's Prayer together. And so the Rotary Club, about probably 70 plus of us, all joined in the Lord's Prayer, and that was really a special time. Later in the week, I was at a kind of fall festival at another local church, and a friend of mine in the church, their phone went off at 12 noon. They said, Pastor, we got to stop and pray. So anyway, we pulled in another person. We stopped and prayed the Lord's Prayer. I was at one of our local Enid restaurants and with a person, and again, their phone went off at noon, and we prayed. So I think a lot of our people had a great experience that week.
Well, Pastor, our phone is going off. We got to go off the air.
Okay, then. Well, let's pray.
Yeah, so Pastor Mark McAdow is our special guest. Good morning, Enid, and make it a great day. Thanks, Erin.
Thanks for joining us.